here, but like I just went around with like a beer and I was just like opening the beer and I'm just like, I'm like, how does this work?
Well, good day, everybody. Yeah, we're here. How much yellow snow have I eaten? None, you motherfucker. I've eaten no yellow snow. My dog has eaten yellow snow. My dog's eaten the other dog's shit too. That's fun.
It's not yellow snow. It's lemon.
Yeah, lemon.
It reminds me of that movie Monsters Inc. where he shows up with like yellow snow cones, led bikes, just like eek, and the bottle of someone's like, no, it's lemon.
Now I do hope this wasn't just running live because you guys just commented so quickly. I hope this wasn't live when it said it wasn't live because I left this on for about 5 minutes while I was collecting things. And yeah,
it's been live for like a minute. That's what it says on like the corner. So I don't know.
How so have I changed, Dave? And Pop Culture Vegan, good day. How are you? So first live hangout since moving up to the Arctic. First time the internet's worked well enough to do a hangout since moving to the Arctic. I'm almost thinking that my neighbors were somehow piggybacking off my internet because it's never been this good until they left.
That's why you got to get one of those detectors and see if like they were they're on your internet or not, or if it's like a college dorm where everybody uses this. Here's what's crazy is that when I went to college at Pitt Bradford, we used the same exact internet as Pitt, Maine. Nice.
So that's going to be my beer tonight. This is from Common Good. This is Samson Brown Ale. It is a 7% alcohol brown ale. And truthfully, I should review it, but I'm just going to drink it. And what do we have over here? Not you, Chad. Okay, good. Hey, Rhino. Can I give a shout out to Rhoda? Is that what, can you give a shout out to Rhoda? Sure. Shout out to Rhoda. There we go. Again, like always, anyone that really wants to join is more than welcome to join and hang out and chat. We're going to be here. Well, I'm going to be here about an hour and a half or so. Oh shit, that was my work water bottle. And then I have to go watch some stuff with the family. And got to get up early tomorrow because I have to go into my store. It's opening again on Wednesday. It's been closed since the COVID-19 lockdown up here. Our main store's been open, so I've been working there, but my store's been closed since that started, so about 2 months now. And I have to go and finish doing a little bit of work for it to open up on Wednesday. Yeah, I've been going there. For 5 hours a day for the last 2 weeks, and spending my other 5 hours a day at the main store. And yeah, I still have so much shit to do. I should have went today, but I'm like, yeah, no, I need a day of not going there. I don't want to see the store anytime today, so I just didn't go.
Steel Reserve, that is high quality.
Well, who's drinking high quality Steel Reserve?
That's why it's the Reserve and not regular steel.
Oh, that smells nice.
It looks pretty nice. Like, you know me, I like dark beers despite me liking my adjuncts. But I am picky with adjuncts. I don't like rice. I prefer the adjuncts to give flavor to the beer. Like corn.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. When we moved up here, you could still use Google Hangouts, so I'm still learning this StreamYard stuff. Yeah, but we're gonna figure it all out. We will. What kind of store? There's two two companies that run stores up here, and they're both general stores. They're basically Walmarts. They sell everything, but they're a lot smaller than a Walmart. But it's the only place you can get things other than ordering it online. Shipping, if you're ordering online, can be insane. Like Amazon's shipping for up here is disgusting. You're looking at $30.99 is the base rate for Amazon shipping to the Arctic, and then they add $9.99 per pound. So I mean, you order like 2 pounds of pasta, say, and you're looking at fucking $48 to ship it up here. Oh, that's a very, very dangerous beer.
Oh, is it?
Oh. Oh.
Is it really good and smooth and not
really
like
good and
super
smooth,
filling?
And it's 7% alcohol. So I mean, it reminds me a lot of the original Running Front one from Ontario when Black Oak first put out their nut brown, and it was very, very like a high quality brown ale. It still is. It's just it's so much older now. But this is just like that. Even to the alcohol burn, there's no alcohol burn at all. This smooth.
So it's not like the Zviak Porter, which is like 9 point something % alcohol, and as soon as you get down to the end of the bottom of like the bottle, it just burns like hell.
Yeah. And for anyone commenting, I will get to your comments. You do know I have to get close to read them. You'll probably see them before me, but I'm just using the StreamYard comment system, so they pop up about 3 or 4 minutes after they've been said on.
Yeah, I was looking at like on the top chat things, but then I saw it popped up on the StreamYards thing, so I'm just like, all right.
Yeah, it does pop up on here. I just remember that it's not live. Like, it doesn't pop up right away. It takes some time to move over.
But that actually gives me time to actually talk about like Absolute Vodka. I actually found out that a lot of vodka companies, my Steel Reserve has a beautiful heady moose piss bouquet.
Yeah, it's Steel Reserve. I mean,
BRB.
Alrighty, you be right back. Do you guys still get your Steel Reserve in the giant can, like the 1 liter can? Because the only time I ever had Steel Reserve was in that giant can. I think it was Steel Reserve 211. So I just have 3 beers left. I have 2 of this Samson, which, like I said, I was going to review, and then I didn't. I just kind of gave you guys an impromptu review of it. It's good. It's very good. And then I have 1 can left of the one I did a few days ago, which I really didn't like, the Star Appeal. And that's what we're drinking tonight. After that, I don't know, maybe I'll go to soda water with some lime or lemon, because I'm that kind of one. Again, chat's open to anyone that wants to join. I did send out the link to a bunch of people. We'll see if they come and join us or not for a little bit. If they don't, they don't. If they do, they do. Yeah. Looking at who's out there right now. I mean, we tried to do a few hangouts before I moved up here, and it just never ended up working out. Hoping that if the internet does stay up, that I can start doing something every week or every second week. Oh my God, that little puppy. So the puppy we had, the puppy that we ended up getting yesterday, that is part wolf, part Malamute, and part husky. Oh my God, does he have a little set of lungs on him, even though he's only 4.5 weeks old. Wow, the noises he can make, especially when the 4.5-month-old King Shepherd husky pisses him off. Oh, the noises he can make. Okay, sorry, what was this one here? Yes, I buy it in the 24-ounce single can. However, it is also available in pint can 6-packs. Okay, I just I knew the one time I did it, it was in large cans. Do I still have snow? Yes, actually. let's see if I can. Let's see here. If I can get my cell phone to turn on and add it for a second, I can show you outside. I did show the outside to a few people over the last little bit, but not everybody's been on every little chat we've done. So let's see here. Yeah, okay. Let's try this here. But like I said, if I can get it to open on here, I can shoot out the window.
Yeah.
Let's oh, wife's coming to say hello.
Hi.
Hi. What's up?
Not much. Had a shower.
Okay, it is loading, so we'll see. Like this goes, we'll show you outside. But yes, we still have snow. Today it was +8. A lot of the snow is melting. The snow is so thick and so soft that you can sink to your knee or deeper, mattering where you are. There is lakes everywhere. It's like swimming pools. It is an interesting thing. There we go. We'll turn audio off on this because you don't need audio on that. There we go. Enter. So I'm there. Let's bring me in. Okay. So there you go. So yeah, still snow. Still lots of snow. There are people that are still driving their skidoo around. I'm actually surprised by the people that are driving their skidoo around. Like, I've been asked by a lot of people, you know, like, why do we need new tracks and new carbides every year? Like, because you're driving your fucking skidoo across pavement, guys. It's not meant for that. Like, get off the damn skidoo. I know there's still a little bit of snow out there, but it ain't let's drive on this. Like, it's not skidoo weather. What was that? Pop culture vegan. Usually prefer stouts, porters, or brown ales. Today, though, I want a quick drunk. Yeah, I personally usually prefer those myself. I am a stout and a porter guy. After that, probably white ales, browns, sours to an extent, because a lot of sours are just one-trick ponies now. But yeah, those are what I'm after for the most part. You can't get Steel Reserve up here if I'm looking for a quick drunk. It's going to end up being Bud, because Bud is the beer that's available all the time. I am a little sad that nobody else has joined yet. A little sad. I might just cry. Where did I put the phone after I hung up on that? Oh, right there. Yeah, it's a fun place to live. It's an interesting place to live. I don't think enough people really realize what goes on up here, or how much help is needed in the north. And by help, I do mean things like how much resources are needed just to live a normal life up here. If the water trucks go down, you are fucked up here. If the sewage trucks go down, you are fucked up here. The water pump goes down for too long, you are fucked up here. Like, and we're lucky. We're one of the 14 villages in Nunavik that the entire time I've been here, we haven't been on a boil water notice, so we have been very lucky with that. There is a few that are almost always on boil water notices, though it is normally said to be as a preventative measure. I did take some pictures inside my water tank yesterday because we didn't know if we had gotten water or not in the last few days. So I opened up the tank and took a picture because we have a cast on the outside, so you can't see into it. We're one of the only houses that actually has that cast. And I took some pictures, and I'm like, really, this is supposed to be drinking water. I mean, we don't drink out of that water because we use a water purification system that's out in the living room. But it's supposed to be your drinking water, and there was a lot of dirt in the bottom of that water tank. Like the company that shipped this house up didn't really clean out the tank or anything. There's shit in there, and then there's like a light bulb floating in there, and yeah, it's intriguing. Yeah. This is a very dangerous beer. And we'll just put that up there. Who else is talking over here? How hot will it get in the summer? Oh, somebody's here. 1 second. I see you waving. I'm blind, but I still saw you waving.
Hello. Well, it's not just snow.
Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
You know, I'm here.
How's the coronavirus?
Again, all of Nunavik ended up getting 16 cases. They're all healed right now, and it's been over 2 weeks since our last case, so we seem to be in the clear.
So it seems like you knew the virus was coming ahead of time and got the fuck out of civilization.
I was actually saying to my wife, I'm like, if we had still been down there, we would have lost our house and everything because both of our jobs were jobs that were shut down.
Do you guys still have a house in Niagara, or did you sell that?
No, we sold it when we came up here. We sold everything we owned, basically. We put 10 totes of stuff in her father's garage, and we shipped up 26 totes, and that was all of our belongings. Yeah. But to answer your question about how hot it's going to get in the summer, from what I've been told, it'll hit about 30. I've also been told that the mosquitoes will be like this. They're like tiny size and can like take chunks out of you. And the second you walk out your door, they're going to swarm you. That sounds like an amazing time. I'm so excited about that. But summer only lasts. Summer is basically your only time without snow, and it only lasts for 2 months.
So you need to get yourself a hazmat suit.
Yeah. So we'll basically have like almost no snow in June. We'll have no snow July, no snow August, and then it'll start snowing again in September.
Right? How much snow is on the ground right now?
I showed up. I pointed my camera out a little while ago. I mean, it matters where you're walking. Some places it's ankle high. Some places you can sink down to your waist. But it's all melting. You have swimming pools everywhere out there.
Oh, great.
Yeah. The road is exposed in some places, but I mean, even the giant. And we will get to these comments, guys. Don't worry. Even the giant trucks are getting stuck coming in to do water and sewage. Right. I was walking the dog yesterday, and as I was walking up towards the gas station, one of the water trucks was stuck. And Alicia's like, hey, did we get water today? I go, no, there's only 2 trucks on the road, and one of them's been stuck for about 3 hours, so I'm not guessing we're getting any till tomorrow. And yeah, we got some this morning.
Well, that sounds like fun. So you can't use your snow. What do you got? You got your snowmobile. That's the word I'm looking for. You guys, will that work anymore?
No, but like a lot of people still are using them. I mean, you can see people flying down the pavement on their snowmobile, destroying their tracks and their carbides, and wondering why they have to almost repair the entire machine every year. Yeah. Can't beat a Guinness poured in a good bar. I don't mind a Guinness. I don't mind Guinness at all, but and I am a very, very, very deep Irish descent, but I do think I can beat it every once in a while. I have that picture.
All right, I'm back.
Cronenberg, 1664. Good day, sir. Yeah, it's a nice beer glass. I didn't have any beer glasses when we moved up here. I ordered a 2-4 beer from Marché Turenne, and when it shipped up, they shipped it up with a bunch of beer glasses. That's where I got the Archibald glass. That's where I got my Guinness glass. That's where I got this one. So every once in a while, they ship up a bunch of extra stuff. One time I ordered beer from them, and they shipped it up with a bunch of like work gloves and screwdrivers and stuff. And I'm like, okay, I can always use some tools. So, but if you order from Marché Turenne, you can order a 2-4 a week. And when we were ordering it, I would order 1 2-4 as like butter Canadian or something just for drinking beer, and that would cost about $165 once you added in all the shipping and all that. And I would order it 1 2-4 of craft beer, just random like doubles of everything, just to try and keep the review up. Back then, my internet was so bad; it was taking 5 days to post a video, so I kind of gave up. But the craft beer packages were like $230 2-4. And I mean, Marché Turenne will go to different stores for you and stuff too. So I would have times where I would send guys to fucking Tim Hortons to get a dozen donuts, and they'd freeze them and fly them up too. They apparently do that for a lot of people with Big Macs and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, no, that doesn't sound like it's going to be good. But they do it. So it's always available. Next, we have Pop Culture Vegan. I don't know if I could live up there without my meds and a therapist. So much respect for you getting off your meds. Well, thank you, sir. It took a lot. I knew we were testing it all the time. We were testing me coming off the antidepressants over and over and over again, and it just was never working down south. And when we got up here, I went to find out how much it would cost to fill my prescription and all that, and there was no way they were going to get as many pills in as my prescription was for. So we thought we'd try it, and it just happened to work. And it happened to work at a really weird time too. I'm actually impressed that I was able to do it because it happened at the same time as shit was happening with my son, at the same time the COVID-19 situation was getting big, same time that they started denying vacations, and just lots of stressors happening all at once, and I'm still okay, which I'm actually kind of impressed with.
So you're completely off everything now?
Yes, sir. It's unfortunate for my wife because now I am so sexually needy that I don't think she can ever keep up.
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure she manages.
Well, Boo, thank you. I shaved right after Christmas. I was Santa for Christmas up here, and then I shaved, and she's all back. Alicia has also said that I'm never allowed to shave again because I look like a baby.
I should want to fuck the baby?
No, she doesn't want to fuck baby.
That's a shame.
What do we have here?
She prefers the bestiality of the polar bear.
Hello, Albino Rhino, and everyone else I don't know. Just stopping in to say hi. Well, hello to you too. Hopefully you're doing well. We will drink the gross beer next. We will drink the Star Appeal. That's way. There we go. Star Appeal. So this is also from Common Good, and it was brewed with the Society of Beer Drinking Ladies. It has tangerine peel and star anise. I fucking hate star anise, and the problem is but, you know, I like trying everything. Sorry?
It's pronounced anus.
Star anus?
Yeah.
Okay, so I hate the star anus. But the worst part is the tangerine peel in the star anus. So what that does is it amplifies the star anise in the fact that it coats your fucking mouth with that flavor. Yay, just what I wanted. My mouth coated in a flavor that I hate. Cheers to you, Al. How are you doing, sir? Try and get through some of these. Gregory, evening chat. Hope you are well. The better Greg is here, Greg.
No, that's the much worse Greg. He talks funny.
I still find it funny how I got the two Gregs confused.
Greg just asked, ever think that all you needed was the separation from your old life, and that's why it worked? And actually, yeah. I think getting away from a lot of the... Now, I mean, you can't just say that alone would do it, because, I mean, you can't just run away from your problems, but I think getting out of the situations, getting out of the reminders, living in the Niagara region, I was reminded of everything about my ex-wife, right, and all that fun stuff. Living in Ontario, I was reminded of all the abuse and everything else. It was a fresh start that I needed, and it was a fresh start she needed, and I think it's one of the reasons why it worked out.
That and Welland can make anybody depressed, from what I hear.
Boo, cheers, hope everything is all good. Everything is as good as it's ever been. Yeah.
By the way, I am proud of my craftsmanship of turning a water bottle into a cup. Oh, now I remember. Now I remember what I was going to say. You know how a lot of breweries, they contract brew?
Yes.
Well, I didn't realize that it's kind of the same way with liquor, although Absolute is an exception. A lot of companies that make vodka, because all vodka is a neutral grain spirit with water and sugar added, which is why I think it's weird people ask for vodka and water. You're really just drinking a lower proof vodka at that point. But most companies like Smirnoff or Tito's, Crystal Head, they literally just buy a neutral grade spirit from a company that makes neutral grade spirits. They filter it through charcoal or diamond dust to strip out all the low quality grain tastes out of it, and then they just add sugar to it and water, and they might put it in a pot still for a couple minutes or so, but it's literally just they don't make the vodka from grain to distillation. And Absolute's one of the few companies that actually does. So, and I just thought that was really interesting how when it comes to vodka, you're literally buying the marketing. And if they really if you read the bottle and they brag about the water source, most likely it's contracted, and all they did was just buy a really cheap grain alcohol, and they just filtered it, add sugar, and added water to it.
My favorite thing with the marketing of vodka is stuff like Tito's, and how it goes on about how it is a
handmade. Yeah, handmade by pouring the grain alcohol into the filter.
not even the handmade stuff for me. My biggest thing is, if you have celiac disease, this is the greatest thing for you and it's going on about that. Pretty much every distilled alcohol is fine for you,
with the exception of whiskey.
You have that problem. And then you go out and it's like A&W, right? A&W up in Canada, their biggest thing is all of our meat is raised without antibiotics. Well, so is McDonald's and Harvey's and all that in Canada, because you're not allowed to sell meat that's had antibiotics. So it's all just this big fun little game they play. And that, I don't know, Greg, if you can read the comment that's up right now, but the other Greg is saying getting away from you. Yeah, that probably helped too.
I don't felt that I was the source of all your mental illness issues.
Because you didn't love me enough.
That's true.
I
actually,
could.
Al. So Al was just commenting on your thing about cheapest and everything. It's blame it on the consumers, and it's true. I was just online just before we did this, just reading some stuff in your voice in Nunavik, and there was a bunch of locals from up here complaining about the cost of things from bootleggers, right? So a bootlegger is selling a 12-pack of beer right now for anywhere from $120 to $200, a Mickey of alcohol for all the way up to $500. They're like, these bootleggers making all this money, and I'm like, you want them to lower the price? Stop fucking buying from them. You don't buy it, guess what? The price goes down.
Buy Old E from Chad.
No, but it's, I mean, it's the simplest concept, right? It's supply and demand and all that. They'll only charge as much as you're willing to pay. So if one person was willing to pay that $200, guess what? Now that 12-pack is $200. Those bootleggers are holding on to that alcohol for weeks going, hey, nobody wants my $200. Oh, now I guess I got to drop the price. And
if that was me doing that, I would literally just buy like cases of Old E and just put it in like craft beer bottles and go, here you go, the best beer in the world.
no, they're not going to buy craft beer bottles from you, man. They want like Molson Dry and Bud and all that. That's what they're buying.
I mean, not far from America. America calls Molson Dry craft beer.
No, they don't.
Well, they think it's better because it's foreign.
I remember the first 12-pack of it I bought. I bought it because I went into the co-op and I'm like, what beer do you have? And she doesn't even talk to me. She just hands me the list. Yeah. I'm looking at it. I go, oh. Okay, give me Molson Dry just for shits and giggles because it's the only one on here that I haven't drank in years. And I got it home and I drank the first can of it and I'm like, oh, why did I do that? And then I order from Marche Dren and I order and I'm like, can you send me a 12-pack of Export as one of my 12 packs in my macro box that I use as my drinking beer? And they're like, yeah, Molson Export and Molson Canadian. Okay. I'm like, okay. Box gets here, one Molson Canadian, one 12-pack of Molson Dry, and I'm like, motherfucker. Now I have fucking 24 of them. What the fuck am I doing with this shit?
Wait, is Molson Export the Canadian we get?
No.
Because,
Export is nice.
I was going to say, if the Export's the Canadian we get, and we're just getting the better beer while you guys get shafted, it's usually the other way around.
And Al, you're right. Make it yourself or don't drink it. Exactly. But the concept of don't drink it isn't something that is actually followed up here. And I mean,
is seagull wine a thing up there?
No, but making moonshine and then dying from it because you drank the first few drops out of it is. Nobody has really taught anybody how to brew up here, so they quickly look on the internet, they find out how to distill stuff, and they make their moonshine, and then they go blind or they die. We had somebody die a few weeks ago drinking home distilled moonshine. And it's one of those things where you're like, really?
Just ferment. Just ferment.
Ferment, easiest way to do it. Go and buy some bread yeast, buy a bottle of fruité, put the bread yeast in the fruité, put the cap on. A week later, you have fucking 5% alcohol shitty drink. Like, the cheapest way to do it.
And on top of that, you want more alcohol? Put it outside, chip away the ice, and drink the rest. It's called freeze fracturing. And the best thing about freeze fracturing, you don't blow yourself up if things go wrong.
My absolute favorite beer is Dragon's Milk Bourbon Barrel Aged Stout from New Holland. I've had the regular Dragon's Milk. I've never had the Bourbon Barrel Aged.
Is it better than the regular Dragon Stout?
It's the same thing, Chad. There's no.
Is it?
There's no non-barrel aged version.
Okay. Okay. I just do they advertise differently somewhere? Like I don't remember it being advertised as a barrel aged.
Yeah, it is. If it's the one from Michigan, then yeah, they released it in Ontario once or twice, and yeah, it's barrel aged.
Boo, teach them. I did actually have. There are a couple locals that do watch this channel, and I have had a few Facebook messages going, "Hey, can you teach me how to brew?"
Oh my God, there actually is craft malt liquor. I was just kind of curious at random. I'm like, well, since I was talking about Colt 45, I wonder if there's craft malt liquor. Yeah, there is. Yeah, freeze fraction 8. It is the Arctic. right? At that point, you can do it all year round.
No, we do get a summer. Everywhere up here does get a point where there is no snow. I shouldn't say everywhere. Some of our furthest north stores don't, but for the most part, most of our communities end up getting to a point where it is hot. But people up here still like wear parkas and stuff. It's just their summer parkas, and they're all out in their spring parkas right now. And I'm walking around in shorts and muscle shirts.
You should
Like
please tell me you have the pineapple romper still.
No, I got too fat for the pineapple romper.
Oh, damn.
I went down from 320 down to like 230, and now I'm back up to 280. So I'm working on getting back into shape again, but it's hard up here. There's nothing really to do, and your body just craves carbs because it's fast energy, especially if you're outside and it's like -40 out. Your body just needs that energy to burn. So I put on a lot of weight since we got up here.
I mean, start just, going after seals then, The polar bears are struggling, so they're getting skinny.
For a week, then back to it. Yeah. Some of them only get a week. We get 2 months. We get 2 months. I'll sweat in the winter. Yeah, no, I already sweat in the winter. I went into my store today, and yesterday. I didn't go there today, but I went in yesterday. I opened the door, and I'm like, why the fuck is it hot as balls in here? The temperature was only at like 69, but I started sweating the second I walked in there. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? I turned off my furnace. I'm like, no, done.
Yeah. You could definitely be, do the keto diet. You see a polar bear in like your garbage. All you have to do is, show the polar bear that you're on the top of the food chain and eat the polar bear. It's the way to keto it.
Funny you say that.
It's the Arctic diet.
There was one of the communities just one up from us. During a blizzard that all the communities had a few weeks back, his dogs started barking crazily. Right, all of his dogs just went insane. And he walks to his door and he looks out his door and there's a giant polar bear at the bottom of his stairs. And he killed the polar bear. Ate the polar bear.
Which I hear they're terrifying. Like they're like the only bear that literally considers humans food.
Reminded me you could kill keto up there with seals and bears. Yeah. Arctic char is the big fish. There's seal. They're all out goose hunting right now. Goose hunting and fishing for Arctic char. Beluga season starts soon. Narwhals will start coming into the region soon as well.
Wait, they actually are killing beluga whales?
They kill beluga whales and eat them.
Isn't that illegal to whale? Or
not if you're Inuit.
Oh, okay.
It's part of your country food. It's legal for you.
Oh, I see.
Which is why Japan and Norway are allowed to do it.
Just like it's technically illegal to kill polar bear. If they're in town, you can kill them, and if they're not in town, there's only so many each community are allowed to kill. Wolves, they kill wolves and eat them too. Caribou, all the time. Caribou hunting. Caribou season is pretty much over now, though.
You ought to write a book called The Arctic Diet, and then just like look at random animals that are outside, and just go.
Well, the weirdest thing is, right? Like when it's cold out and they kill the caribou, you'll go through town and all the caribou are like up on the roofs of the sheds and stuff, so dogs can't get to them, but they're drying them out on the roofs because it's so cold out that it's basically like it's refrigerated or frozen, and they don't have to bother with it until they're ready.
It's like come up with a couple recipes for cow dog.
The fucking cow dog. Oh, I hate that dog. Cold
just
water,
picture-
fatty liver fish are high in omega fats, so I really mean you could eat well. Yeah, I'm not a big fish guy. I didn't really like caribou either when I had it. It wasn't for me. Alicia liked it. I wasn't a big fan of it.
Like it's
Seal
not
should go
moose.
good as well.
It's like it's not moose. Is there any moose in Ontario even? Or is that like a Western Canada thing?
Oh, there's moose all over.
Whew.
We also have zoos, you know. There's always moose.
Oh,
Meese.
yeah, true.
There's meese everywhere.
Because I was shocked to find out that frickin' Pennsylvania has elk. They're rare, but they're here. And I would have to say most of the time if there's elk running around, it's usually someone with an elk farm and they get loose.
Now, in a couple months, my store is going to be hiring 2 more managers, so I'm going to keep looking around to see if I have any friends that want to come up here because we're going to have an empty house and 2 openings.
Well, I mean, if you guys had Labatt Blue up there, you could probably have the Reverend come up. Or like some people of that old group, it's like, yeah, you're right across the street. There's no way you could bail out now.
What do we have
Is
here?
stuff like
Coffee
facts-
popular over there. Sorry, I didn't hear you, Gregory. What did you say?
Is stuff like Fax 10%? Is that a big thing up there? I imagine it would be if you can get it.
No, like I said, really, they only drink Bud for the most part. Bud is, even when they're ordering from the south, they're ordering Bud.
They don't want like those 10% $2 beers.
Yeah,
I don't think they've ever even heard of them. Like, and they'll always freak out about the price of the beer, right? They're like, "Oh, $65 for a 12-pack, you're ripping me off." Da, 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 da. And I'm
Well,
like,
yeah,
okay.
because it's Budweiser.
Well, no, it's not even. Yeah, I mean, they're buying a 12-pack of Bud, so they're talking about how if they go down to Montreal, they can get a 12-pack of Bud for like $20. They're like, "Why am I paying $45 for it?" I'm like, how much did it cost you to fly from Montreal back home? Because it costs $3,800 to get me, Alicia, and the 2 kids here. Guess what? It costs a lot to fly shit here.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's why you're paying that much money for your shitty Bud. Because it had to be flowing here on a plane.
Which is why none of it made its own brewery. Like that Inuit territory is just like, fuck this, we're making our own brewery.
And their beer is expensive too because they have to fly all the shit up there to make their beer with, right? It's not like they have a fucking barley field down the road.
Right.
Like,
unless they have like
is
a
hockey
green.
popular over there? Hockey is fairly popular up here. Yeah, there's hundreds of hockey sticks sold. There's hockey pucks everywhere. We actually had a hockey tournament here in February, before everything got shut down for good. But yeah, so we had the. Sorry.
I was about to say, and you'd be rooting for a hockey team that's actually going to win a game.
What's this? Ryder Flat. Cheers from the U.S. Cheers to you, sir. What else do we have? Al. Okay, let us talk if you are cool. Okay, yeah. I'm always cool, sir. I'm a cool cucumber. 2 openings, you say? Yes, 2 openings, I say. It's going to be the dollhouse. The dollhouse will be what opens up. It's a 2-bedroom house right on the bay. All the Highland dogs come and hang out there during the summer. Right behind one of our warehouses. About a 2-minute walk to work.
So instead of telling little kids to get off your lawn, you're telling dogs to get off your snowbank.
Yeah. Well, what happens, right, is there's an island about 250 meters into the bay, and there's a guy that raises sled dogs, and he leaves them on that island. So after the snow melts, that's where he keeps them to keep them from getting harassed or mated with by the other dogs.
Oh yeah, because people just let their dogs run.
Yep. And like the dog we rescued, Misha, the new one, the 4.5-week-old one.
Very cute dog.
Yeah, brown dog. For the most part, what we were told is any brown, gold, or red huskies that get born in this town, the owners want to get rid of them as fast as possible because somebody is going to steal them from them. Because all the dogs here are white and black or black and white. So as soon as another colored dog comes in, they're usually stolen as puppies.
Wow.
And then taken out to the islands where they'll be bred with other dogs.
Okay, I was giving you my question because I mean you're not in that big of a community. It would probably be noticeable if someone suddenly had a brown puppy that got stolen from the street.
Well, I mean, I have Amarok come and visit me daily. Amarok's that like golden husky that I post pictures of all the time, and I want that dog. I want it to be my dog so bad. I love it. It's my favorite dog ever, and
I just picture someone being a moron and trying to raise one of them cow dogs.
oh, people try to raise the cow dogs all the time.
Oh, how successful are they?
Not very successful. One of the cow dogs does have a collar on now. It never had a collar on before. I saw it yesterday. So.
Now, what these cow dogs? I probably missed the part. What are they? Like they're just strays?
Yeah, they're wild dogs from the Highland. They're white with black spots, so they're cow dogs.
Oh,
But they're also the most aggressive dogs in town. They try to eat my puppies all the time. Amarok will chase them away. Yeah.
Will they like eat your kid if they like the small kid if they
Probably.
she was outside?
I have had to fight one off one time on my walk to work. It tried to attack me. It did get a nice boot right in the chest.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I don't speak the Frenchy stuff, Al, and I'm still up here as one of the big bosses, so I think you might be okay. Born and raised in Quebec, eh, Boo? Good to know. Good to know. Born and raised in Ontario, now living in the furthest north of Quebec you can get. But yeah, the Amarok has her little posse too, her little posse that follows her. So she's that golden husky that I love, and she has those red huskies that follow her around. And if my wife goes walking my dog and Amarok sees her, Amarok comes up to get pet, plays with Nanook for a bit, and then walks about 20 feet ahead of them, and keeps every dog in town away from them. So they know, fuck you, these people are allowed to walk in peace.
Let's see if this actually, if I can see that. Yeah, red flag.
I can't read what that says.
It says Welland, Canada. Red flag.
Oh yeah. Don't date somebody from Welland.
It's like, likes you, Welland, Canada. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not even near the freaking Canadian border. Really? I mean, there's a huge freaking lake between me and Canada.
Let's make Canada great again. I don't think Canada's ever really stopped being great when you compare it to a lot of the countries across the world. It's just like a lot of other countries, it does have its problems, and its problems come and go, and it's a wave system, right? And it doesn't matter which political party you follow, there's a new problem with every political party.
What you need is a president with a bad toupee. Or comb over, wherever the hell it is.
We had that with Jean Chrétien.
Oh.
best part of Jean Chrétien is when somebody tried to break into his house to do things to him, and he's like, "No," and close the door. Like, yeah, no, bang, done.
Didn't someone actually break into his house and then he like locked himself in his bathroom or something?
Yeah, pretty much what happened.
I think someone climbed through his window or something.
Yeah, and he said no. Bam.
Yeah, our seventh president had to be pulled off of his assassin because he was beating his assassin to death with a cane. That was Andrew Jackson. And he was also noted for dueling people on the White House lawn. Boy, things have changed, haven't they? But could you imagine a political leader that's just like, all right, we're dueling on the lawn?
Oh, dueling. I thought you said doing.
No, dueling.
I'd do somebody.
No, dueling, like pistol dueling. And he also challenged.
He also challenged.
My goal was to become a Canadian before I die. You see, this is what you have to do. You marry a Canadian. That's what my friend did. He met a Canadian woman on World of Warcraft, and now they're married. I think he lives in North Bay, to be honest.
Oh, is his name Carrie?
No. Well, actually, yeah, his name is Carrie, but it's not that Carrie.
I tried to get him to join us. I sent him a link and everything. He's like, "I'm streaming video games." And I'm like,
"No, he's like,
we don't have sex."
No, he's obsessed with what's that pirate game on Xbox? Sea of Thieves or something?
Sea of Thieves.
Revenge of Stagnetti. Or Stagnetti's Revenge, whatever the fucking that board's called.
Well, no, I think it's Sea of Thieves.
Yeah.
The Microsoft game. He plays it for like 12 hours straight. He's nuts.
Yes, Greg, we need another Irishman in town to lift things up, and then we're not all French and womanizers. One of my supervisors, so one of the guys that runs the store when I'm not there, he has so many fuck friends. It isn't funny, and they all fight each other and this and that. One of his buddies was going through his phone one night and goes, "Whose phone number is this?" And it was me and Alicia's. And she's like, "I'm going to call it." It was like 3 a.m. He's like, "You do not call that number. That's my boss. He'll kill us both." Then she found another number, which was one of our cashiers who has called him for a ride before because he has one of the 3 company vehicles at his place to go and pick up cargo in the morning. So she calls that. Now it's 4 a.m. She calls that. The cashier picks up and answers. She hears a woman's voice. She hangs up the phone, throws it in his face. Like we need non-French people up here.
Are these all like Inuit ladies he's got going?
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And then he was just like, "I surrender."
No, he's a really good guy. He just makes some bad decisions at times.
Sometimes you like the one without teeth.
I mean, I make some bad decisions at times too. Like look at my first marriage, but yeah. Oh, somebody's here. Who do we got? Oh gosh, look who it is.
What's up?
Good day, Dave.
How are you, Chad?
Good. How are you, sir?
I'm surviving.
You don't have to air quote "fuck friends." LOL.
How's work going right now in beautiful Niagara?
Yeah, that's a good question with many facets. But let's just say that the bottom line is lower, and we're just about achieving it.
Well, if I was there, I'd make sure you achieved it by buying a little bit more beer.
I do appreciate that, my friend. And how you doing?
Well, I'm on my very last beer, so I'm doing sadly okay, I guess.
Well,
Is this Cayman Kettle, Dave?
yeah, who am I talking to?
This is Greg.
Hey, buddy.
You probably know me if you saw me.
No, I know you just by hearing you.
Oh, good.
He's gonna be the one that moves up to where the rhino's at and then start a sex dungeon.
Nah, yeah, exactly. We need an Eskimo sex dungeon. Oh, wait, is that
It's gonna
right?
be
I don't think we do. I don't think we do.
no, it's for the French people.
No.
Oh, there's
It's
one
called the
thing.
French place, the French place.
Draw a rabbit? Why would I draw a rabbit?
Well, you could just stand up and pull your pockets out and say "kiss the bunny."
No, that's when you do the elephant by pulling your pockets out and sticking. Never mind.
Yeah.
The rabbit is Sans trunk.
Yeah. Hey!
Oh, can
How are you
duh.
there, Anti-Tor? I'd say come and join us, but I don't have your Facebook or anything to send you a link, and I know you're probably going to be starting your drinking binge shortly. I'm doing good, Dave. I'm doing good. I wish I had more beer, but I'm doing good.
Yeah, that is a common theme. Needing more beer.
Especially
I
up
need
here.
more
I mean,
mix.
You need to start
I mean, at
selling
least-
Cayman Kettle products at your
At
store.
least beer, you don't
what
need
I
a
need is
mixer.
more. I need more Niagara breweries to can things, and then I need somebody to go around to those Niagara breweries and pick up cans of everything for me and ship it up here. That's what I need.
Well, Chad, I'm happy to get you some stuff from Niagara Brewing Company.
No. Any brewery but that cans things.
Boxer.
Boxer, I would still take over.
Niagara Brewing? How bad is Niagara Brewing?
Bad.
Is there any reviews of Niagara Brewing?
Yes, there's reviews of Niagara Brewing.
I have to watch them and see how bad it is.
We one of the hangouts in Chad's, I think this was Chad's basement. I think this was the last time we did the bottle share in your basement. I got a bunch of growlers of shit from them, like their cream ale and some other stuff. We were having some really good, like imperial barrel aged stouts that Joe brought from the States and all sorts of stuff. And after we tasted them, I would cuvee them with really shitty Niagara Brewery stuff. And I'm shocked that I was actually.
If I remember correctly, because I was out in the garage putting all the tickets and cups and stuff that night. But if I remember correctly, what happened was you were supposed to bring a lot of good beer and forgot them all, so you went to Niagara Brewing Company to buy those.
That's almost accurate, except my wife forgot them. It was her fault. Yeah, your fault, honey. Yes, yeah. Well, I wanted to bring something, so yes, I went and got growlers from Niagara Brewing Company. So I didn't show up empty-handed.
You could have went to the LCBO and gotten better things.
Yes, I could have.
You could have went down. You could have went down this road to Font Hill and gotten some better stuff from the Cayman Kettle.
Did Cayman Kettle even exist
I
back
don't think
then?
so. Not at all. This is one of the first.
Yeah, it was before Cayman Kettle was a thing.
No, that would have been the year that my ex-wife left me. So that was 2017. Cayman Kettle existed.
Oh, did it? Okay.
Yeah, we started in 2015.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, then clearly I made. Although your beer's not as good to cuvee stuff with.
I think I thank you. So Chad, let me interject here, and so what are we doing here? What's going on? And this is a new thing. This
We're
is
chatting. Well, my internet started working better than ever before, so I figured, hey, let's try and have a little hangout and talk to people. I haven't seen anybody in the South in forever.
nice.
And, you know, I'm
Especially,
stuck up here for a while. So.
especially people from deep south.
Yeah.
The only time I can actually say that.
Yeah, Al. This year they don't know 100% if they're going to be able to give us our flight out of town because Air Inuit has not said yet whether or not they're going to allow you to fly yet. Flights up here are currently completely and utterly kiboshed unless you do a 2-week quarantine down south, then 2-week quarantine when you get up here. And it's a chartered flight, so it's whenever your company pays the extra money to charter a flight, and it's a milk run flight because it goes all the way up the coast. So instead of being an hour and 45 minutes, it's 5.5 hours. So they're not 100% sure if vacations are happening this year. So they're trying to decide what they're offering us for not getting our flights. Yeah. So we'll see how that goes. I'm waiting on finding out if I get to see my kids this year, or if it's going to be like 18 months before I see them again.
How often do you see them in let's say Corona wasn't a thing?
Once a year.
Wow, that's it? For how long?
The entire 3 weeks I'm in the South, they'd be with me.
Okay.
So the sad thing with that is that basically is 3 days less than I would have gone to see them in a whole year when I lived in the South. So I had to move up here to get almost a better visitation schedule.
Yeah.
Wow.
I think the real sad thing is that their only real role model in life is a psychotic bitch. Oh, and by the way, and that Chad did not make me say that. I'm saying that on my own volition. That Christy is a bitch.
Well, thank you, because that would come into play that I made you say that, or I'm the one that said it.
No, you didn't say that at all. I'm saying that on my own volition from having met her multiple times. And she's also crazy and probably not suitable to raise any children.
Hi, Dave. How are you?
I was going to say that probably won't help you sleep.
Don't worry, lawyers can't get you there, Chad.
I was just going to be quiet about the washboard and laundry line.
Yeah, you got me in trouble for that one too.
I'm sorry about that.
She brought that one up word for word in a court paper.
Lee got you in trouble too, I think. I've gotten you in trouble.
Yeah, you got me in trouble. Lee got me in trouble.
I thought I was giving sound advice to help her out. She would have less of a word.
It's a washing machine and a musical instrument. And that was word for word put into a court paper.
And on top of that, guess what? Less water used. It's cheaper. And Chad did not tell me to say that. I said that on my own volition. I was helping someone I didn't know out. I am sorry. Last time I tried to help her out.
So this ship's up here.
Is it a washboard?
No, this is my beer club.
Oh,
this
nice.
Ship's up here.
It's not for clubbing seals, is it?
Yes, it is. I haven't seen a seal yet. I've seen a weasel. I've seen elk. I've seen caribou. I've seen wolves in town and out. I've seen a polar bear. Have not seen any seals yet.
Well,
Fight the polar bear.
he's not going to fight the polar bear. The polar bear is going to try to mate with him.
I would think if it's a female polar bear, it would be quite the opposite.
I do not want to mate with a polar bear.
Contrary to your outfit.
He's obviously the Santa Claus you don't want to mess with.
Why do I feel Chad had to say that just so straightforward? Relax, Arnold. I think Chad just had to say that so straightforward because otherwise it's going to end up in a court paper that you're trying to mate with polar bears.
Yeah. Yeah, it probably would. It probably would.
He's like the pandas. They'll get together and do nothing for years. All right, so who's all in the room? We got Greg, and I see the tag of adjunct addict, and I don't believe I know. I believe your name is it Lee?
No, I'm not Lee.
Sorry, we're talking about somebody else. So, your name, sir?
My name's John, but I was on here as Chet Mustang before when I had a moniker.
Okay.
And then I just got lazy of switching to my moniker and just used my actual Gmail account and shit like that. But I'm like, well, since everybody has other names, and since I have the great pleasure of always getting stuck drinking really shitty bottom end beer pong beer, as opposed to the nice craft beers that I like, so I put adjunct addict on there.
Okay, good. Nice. Well, nice to meet you, John.
Although I do have a soft spot for cream ales.
And yeah, I know Chad has his.
And the king of cream ales, Labatt 50.
I've never had that. I've never had the Bat 50. I don't know if you can get that in the States. But it's an award winner, so I'm pretty sure it's great.
That's because it was at the Ontario Beer Awards against a toaster and a packet of ketchup.
Are you sure it wasn't Yankee Jim cream ale?
No. It was Labatt 50.
No, I meant what it was going against. Like the toaster's
no.
just the Canadian version of Yankee Jim cream ale, which I doubt exists, but I wouldn't put it beside Dundee/Genesee to make a Yankee Jim cream ale. Because they're like, hey, you know how regular Genesee shit? Well, the cream ale's good, so we'll take the even worse Yankee Jim and make a cream ale version of it, so that way you guys might like it.
Nice. Yeah, any beer can win awards depending on how much money you put behind it, I guess. Yeah.
Well, and what's even in the competition against it, right? We've done a few things at your place of business. We did the college awards from the U.S. there, and there was some categories where one beer was amazing and the rest of the category was not so amazing.
Yep.
And the winner was PBR. Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me, but I forget. I think it might have been Playboy or something like that. They had this wine taster taste all these pong beers. So basically, American adjunct lagers, Bud Light, Natural Ice, and the top one was PBR. He said that was the best. He goes, "Hey, I drank that in college."
Nice.
And it was all blind. But I still find it funny how PBR, as much as my friends shit talk on me drinking PBR while they're drinking their Budweiser and Coors and Miller, which it all is basically the same. But since they're $1 more, they're more highfalutin than me for drinking PBR. But yeah, PBR keeps getting ranked above them every time.
Nice. Well, PBR was being made by Miller's, right?
Yeah. Well, Miller Coors in the United States, Canada, Sleeman's.
Sleeman.
Yeah.
Which apparently, I guess the recipes are different. Am I right about that, Chad?
I wouldn't fully know. I've never had the PBR in the States.
Oh, that's right. You had the PBR dry from the States.
Yes. I just found out that I have a care package coming up. Brad sent me a care package. It has Four Fathers in it and Rhythm and Brews beers in it. So I'm really excited about that. Thank you, Brad. I have to send him the money for shipping and for the beer, but I got some beer coming.
Nice.
Unfortunate thing is that due to,
How's it going?
for lack of a better word, national disputes, I cannot send Burger Classic to the Rhino. Because for some reason, Canada and America frown upon sending water samples.
Send a lava lamp.
I mean,
Send a lava lamp or something of that nature. The problem is where I live now, right? To send it up here from the States, I'd be afraid of what the cost would be. I know some things aren't that bad to send from the South to the North, mattering what they are. Like Best Buy, if I buy a movie from Best Buy, it doesn't matter how many movies I buy. If they're movies, it's $2.99 shipping for the entire package, which is great. If I buy anything from Amazon, we already went over that. It's $31 flat rate plus $10 per pound. For the most part, I believe it's $10 per pound is the Canada Post rate. I usually just get people to send stuff to me in the flat rate boxes. So like we send most of our Amazon orders. If we don't need it right away, we'll send it to Elite. I almost said Christy. We send it to Alicia's parents first, and they box it up for us in the Amazon flat rate boxes and send it up here to us because it takes longer than shipping it straight up here, but it's so much cheaper. But things for the dogs and stuff like that, we'll ship it right up here.
why should you even care, Greg? You're in freaking Canada.
Yeah. Oh, that's my favorite. I forgot I had that on. Yeah, my brother-in-law from Michigan gave me this.
Jesus.
So I like to wear it to piss people off. It's great.
He was going to wear a Make America Great Again hat just to the festival, just for shits and giggles one year.
Yeah, I don't have one of those hats though. I should get one.
The
The problem is I don't actually want to get the shit beaten out of me, so I don't wear this shirt out in public.
Well, it just reminds me, for the wrestling promotion, CMLL, which is the top wrestling promotion in Mexico, their top heel is an American named Sam Adonis, and his character is that he's a pro-Trump American. He literally has Trump airbrushed on his tights and has an American flag with Trump's face on it. So he's there in the middle of Mexico.
Oh.
I'm not ignoring the comments. It's just Al, Boo, and the better Greg talking French to each other. So that's the only reason I haven't brought any of it up.
You don't speak fluent French, Chad?
No, I don't speak fluent French. Shut the fuck up. I know I live in Quebec.
Yeah, but is there like a high amount of French speakers there? Like where you actually are?
No.
I wouldn't think so.
No, they're really,
all you have to figure out is sorry. I was about to say is all you have to do is learn two things: the phrase "I surrender" and also the phrase "I play goalie."
No, most of the Southerners up here are from Quebec. Most of the cops, the KRPF, most of them are Quebecois. Most of the teachers are Quebecois. But other than that, English is the number 2 language, and Inuktitut is number 1. So yeah, it's fine.
And
the
how
French are the minority in Quebec, out of all things.
Now Daniel, the guy that is the guy we hired as a supervisor for my store, he speaks the best English of most of the French people up here, and he came up to me one day because the white truck, the good truck, the F-150, which is the truck for my store, was dead, and he brought it to the mechanic, and the mechanic told him what was wrong with it. He comes up to me and goes, Chad, it was the bougie. I go, the what? The bougie. I go, what about a fucking budgie? The bougie's the problem. I go, the problem is a bird. goes, no, a bougie. Apparently it's a spark plug. I didn't know this. But we went back and forth for like 10 minutes.
So
He kept
then,
saying bougie. He's like, in English, bougie. I'm like, budgie. Yeah, budgie. He goes, that's a fucking bird. No, not a wazo. A bougie.
oh my god! So the rap song "Bad and Bougie" is just bad and spark plug. So it's bad spark plug.
As we touched on PBR before.
You would have a lot of ladies after you.
You guys may know. PBR was in a dispute with Miller's and Miller's Coors, or whether they were going to continue to brew it for them. I guess, are they past it? Did they settle? Do you know anyone?
Last I heard, they were still in a dispute.
Last I heard, I thought PBR won that, or did that get appealed or some shit?
Yeah, I don't know. I know it was up in air, and just didn't know if it got settled. Just reached out.
Regardless, Pabst, while they were having it contract brewed, because while they were having it contract brewed, supposedly during that they were supposed to make their, either refurbish their brewery or build a new brewery is what they were supposed to do, but they never did, just because it's cheaper to contract that out. But as much as I like PBR, I kind of side with Coors, just for the sheer fact that they shouldn't have to contract your brew for them if the contract runs out, you know?
I agree. Yeah, there's no thou shalt do this based on the fact that you're basically the customer, right? But
Yep.
Especially in the U.S. where.
Go ahead, Chad.
I was going to say, especially in the U.S., where they're all about the company having the full autonomy to do whatever they want.
Yeah.
With a few exceptions, you can't have monopolies, of course. But
things like
Sorry, I was about to say that means that you have to have a minimum of 2 companies. Hence why you have Molson Coors, which is branded as Miller Coors in the United States, and then Anheuser-Busch.
Yeah.
Well, you take for example, consumer beverages in New York State. We used to go to consumer beverages all the time. I got ID'd once at consumer beverages. First time I ever got ID'd, I pull out my passport because I'm blind. I don't have a fucking driver's license. He goes, no, we only take driver's licenses. I'm blind. I don't drive. He goes, then you can't buy stuff here. I go, but that's a passport. This is the number one form of ID in the world. Even New York State says this is the number one form of ID that has to be accepted above everything. Well, our business can say no to that, and we're saying no to it. You need a driver's license. Okay, we'll go shop somewhere else. Fuck yourself.
Fuck that. I know someone that I went to college with, actually was at his 21st, since he had a drunk in public, so yeah, and underage and stuff like that, he got his license taken away. So when he was 21, he had to go to the bar with his passport.
Nice. Yeah, you're not used to seeing that in an ID check, that's for sure.
Well, Boo, we have a.
Apparently it happens. Apparently it happens a lot since that's not a dry campus. So the bars are used to seeing kids with their passport.
From all over the place, I'm sure. Yeah.
Okay, I have 10 minutes left before I have to go spend some family time watching 90 Day Fiance.
Wow.
Why?
Bang the wife?
Maybe after 90 Day Fiance? Oh, okay. Yes, after 90 Day Fiance.
That'll get you in the mood.
Hey,
Oh man, I told you I'm off my meds now. I'm always in the mood. There's nothing holding me back now. I would sleep with half this town if I wasn't married. I would be the new Daniel.
So, Chad, how's it going up there? You liking it? Loving it?
I am liking it. They're just like anywhere else. There are things that make me angry, make me want to kick things and all that. But all in all, it's nice. I like the laid back nature. I like the people. I like it's a beautiful, beautiful place. I mean, when my Skidoo was working for the 3 weeks I was able to ride it after I got fixed finally and got a new engine put in it after buying it brand new and having to put a new engine in, it's a beautiful place. I can't wait to see it with no snow. Rescued 2 dogs up here, so we have our dogs again. Love both of them, even though I want to strangle them both because they both are at least part husky, and huskies are the stupidest dogs in the world. Fuck you, huskies. Worst part is like the older dog, the 4.5-month-old dog is King Shepherd and husky. So he's like a monkey on crack because he wants all of your attention. He's as needy as a shepherd, but he's as fucking hyper as a husky. So he's like, oh my god, give me attention. Okay, I'm done. No, you stop petting me. Give me attention. Like it's fucking retarded. And then the other one is Wolf, Malamute, and Husky, and he's 4.5 weeks old. We just got him yesterday, and yeah, he already is trying to beat up the King Shepherd Husky that is 50 pounds heavier than him. And it's funny to watch because he actually wins. The King Shepherd Husky reminds me a lot of Boris. It reminds me so much of my old boxer that it's kind of sad.
How's that, Chad?
Well, he's smart, he's stupid, he's a fucking chicken shit, but he tries to be brave. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess they settled a lawsuit, but the lawsuit wasn't over that Miller didn't want to contract Pabst, but it was actually because Miller shut down a couple breweries without telling Pabst. So therefore, they didn't tell Pabst that they didn't have the capacity to contract brew. And apparently, the reason why Pabst is upset is because Anheuser-Busch doesn't do contract brewing.
Oh.
But apparently, there's going to be a 2-year wind down provision, meaning that Miller Coors will still brew Pabst through 2022.
And then they're on their own.
It seems that way. But I guess it was purely financial, as opposed to like. But yeah, they sought like $400 million of damages due to Miller Coors shutting down breweries and basically saying like, hey, since we shut down these breweries, we can't brew your beer because we don't have the capacity, without telling Pabst that they were shutting down these breweries that they own.
Unless they had a contract in the sense that, this would continue for a certain period of time. I don't know what the language was, but the understanding for me was that, yeah, they'd broken some agreement, and that's thus the lawsuit, right? Or the
the
grievance, right?
Yeah.
To my knowledge, the whole thing was they had an out, and this was their like option year. Well, sorry, last year was their option year, and they decided just not to brew it anymore. At least the first news article about it kind of made it seem
they said like a lot of the stuff was distorted and wrong.
How's that, John?
Thank you, Hunter Anderson. Okay, I have 3 minutes left. But the internet's worked. I haven't been all choppy and everything.
Yeah,
it's pretty normal.
Yeah, minimal glitching there, Chad.
Okay.
You're looking all right.
Okay, and I know my neighbors are there. I saw the truck pull up, so the new managers have moved into the house. So they should be on the internet by now. So yeah, that really makes me think the managers that were there before was stealing our internet. Makes me want to be punchy.
Well, Dave, I want to give you some free advertising. You can answer my question as well. So what are you guys doing with this? Are you just doing curbside pickup? Are you doing deliveries at all to anywhere in Toronto? Or
Yeah, so thanks, Greg, for giving me a little 30-second spot here, and I'll try and keep it to less than that. But we're doing curbside pickup, so we call it picnic table pickup. So there's picnic tables outside, and basically you ring in when you get there, and we just drop. If it's not already out there, we know you're coming because there's a time slot, so we get it out there for you, and you just kind of grab and go, or there's a conversation over the phone, or
Daddy, come say goodnight. Go say goodnight.
Hi, Alicia, happy birthday.
Dave just said happy birthday.
We also do the local delivery, and within 50K we'll do it for free as long as you order $20 or more. This week we're going to launch province-wide flat rate shipping.
okay, cool.
Yeah, we're going to get that off the ground this week. So
How about countrywide up into Nunavut?
yeah, I knew I was going to step into that one.
I'm sure they'll do it for you, Chad, if you pay the shipping.
Yeah, no, we'll get you something.
Hey, I'm perfectly fine paying. I want to support my buddies, but I want some fucking beer.
Arlo, let's go, please.
I haven't been
Arlo,
up to forever, but I'll have to come visit you guys in the next few weeks because we are going to make a trip up there. So,
Yeah,
and I'm way too cheap to pay for shipping. So,
yeah, sounds good, Greg. Yeah, I mean, we're going to eat it if we go province-wide. I mean, basically the rates are about $23 to ship a case of beer in the province. Whether it's I haven't looked up Porcupine, Ontario, but hopefully most of the deliveries are going to be, or the shipping's going to be like Toronto-wide kind of thing, right?
yeah, I imagine Toronto will probably be your most popular customer.
Yeah.
Well, Dave, if you have to go to super northern Ontario, you just use those flat rate boxes.
Yeah, ship some lava lamps up there.
Send me some link or some info, and I'll hook you up.
Send it to Carrie, and then Carrie takes half of them, and when he sends it to the Rhino, and the Rhino's like, "Why are half of these gone?" And Carrie's just like, "Top of the morning tea."
We're getting off now.
Everybody's got to wet their beak, right? All right, boys. Sounds like Chad's on the way out.
Yeah, sounds like the whip is being
Yes,
cracked.
guys. I'm glad to know this worked out. We'll have to do this more often until the curfew is completely lifted in my community. The latest I work is 9 p.m., so I should get home by 9:30 if my safe count is all good. So maybe some nights after work we'll do this too, because it's not too late, and I don't have to start work until between 11 and 2 whenever I decide to walk in. So yeah, it'll be good.
Send the link out, Chad. I'll join you when I can.
Alrighty, guys. Thank you very much. Everybody have a lovely evening. Goodbye.
You
Cheers.
too.
Take care.
Bye.
And we're offline.